Hey folks, just another quick video to address an interesting question, and I'll be interested to see what some of you come back with on the comments. The question is, do you buy or entertain the possibility of buying a brand's budget line? Some examples that I've written down: Fender makes Squire, Gibson makes Maestro, Takamine makes Jasmine, Washburn makes Lion or Oscar Schmidt, Blue Ridge makes Bristol, and the list goes on and on and on. In fact, most of the major brands of guitars have a dedicated budget line with a different brand name, but they're made by the parent company. Are those any good? Well, I think that in most situations it's a case-by-case thing. I've worked on and played a couple of Jasmines that were alright. They're a bit ubiquitous in the eBay and online markets, and I don't really want to pay what most people want for them. Considering that you could probably find a used Takamine G Series guitar for only, $20, $30, $40 more. I've had a Lion by Washburn that was fairly bad, and one that was okay. I've seen a couple of Oscar Schmidts that were alright, reasonable quality with a good setup. I haven't actually played a Bristol, so maybe you can tell me about that. I don't particularly care for the Squire acoustics. That Squire makes alright electrics, I think. But the acoustics, I'm not sure they're worth it, when you can probably buy an Epiphone acoustic that's slightly better, or an entry-level Alvarez that's slightly better. So a lot of cases for this question have to do with value. Is it worth paying $100 for a budget line made by guitar when you can probably find an actual model of the main line for a bit more? I found an interesting case recently where I think the budget guitar is actually really excellent, and here we have a Olympia made by Tacoma. Now Tacoma, as you guitar enthusiasts will know, was bought out by Fender and then promptly closed down. I think they might be using the facility to make some guilds and things like that, which is a shame. I love Tacoma guitars. I had a DM9 here for a while. That was, it was beat up, but it was a wonderful guitar. My dream guitar is to try and find one of those Thunderhawk baritones, and I've been looking for a long time. They're very expensive and hard to find. Tacoma made great guitars, and it's a crime that Fender basically shut them down, as a lot of these companies do with their competition. So I was interested to try out this Olympia when I found it, and I'm really impressed. I think it sounds really excellent. The setup is minimal. Strings are still stretching on it. Anyway, it's just a nice action all the way up the neck. I know that can be adjusted, but you can just tell when you've got good quality parts to work with. The bridge they put on these things looks exactly the same shape and rosewood cut as the full Tacoma instruments. It is a solid top instrument. It has the abalone inlays. It's fully bound. Let me give you the model number on this. This is an OD10S, if my eyes don't deceive me. Nice matching rosewood headstock there. And it's a Tacoma, an Olympia by Tacoma, but the quality is really good. I mean, I'd say it's on a par with nice Cork guitars or Alvarez ADC, or maybe AD30, something like that. You know, it's a really nice fit and finish, good quality made instrument. So yes, in this case, it is possible to buy a secondary or budget brand that is good quality, and being that Tacomas are increasingly hard to find, you might want to pick one of these Olympias up in lieu of not being able to find one of the parent company guitars. I just wish they made these things. Hopefully they'll be back at some point. I recently went to the Tacoma website and they said we're seasoning wood rather temptingly, so hopefully, you know, they'll be back on the market at some point. But I just thought this was an interesting example of a budget line guitar that plays well, that's, you know, on a par with perhaps some of the entry-level stuff from the parent company. Alright, see you next time.